A mother who fails you causes you to struggle to accept intimacy for the rest of your life. A father who fails you causes you existential dread for as long as you live. Your entire biochemical makeup was designed to believe there will never be safety for you in this world because your natural protector rejected his obligation to you. And your neural system will remember his abdication of responsibility when you're confronted with him again and again. This is not about intentionally holding a grudge against your father. It's about what that grudge is doing to you right now, today, and in every relationship you walk into. Now, some fathers did the best they could, and some did not. Either way, he is still present in your marriage today as a ghost, reminding you that you will never be safe. He's in how you parent. He is in every relationship that came after him. You cannot become securely attached while you still hate your father, not without some form of repair or closure. It is simply not possible. My name is Adam Lane Smith. I am the attachment specialist with 16 years of training and experience helping individuals and couples transform their attachment. The father wound is one of the most consistent things I see blocking that transformation, and there is a ton of science on father absence to back that up. Today, I'm going to show you why forgiving your father feels impossible, the 5 steps that can unlock forgiveness for your own sake, and what to do whether your father is still alive, gone, or someone you cut contact with years ago. And if you are a father yourself, you'll hear how to repair the breach with your own kids, not just what you did wrong. Once you do this work, you stop waking up throughout the night running every problem through your head all alone. You stop snapping at your wife over things that have nothing to do with her. You stop hearing your father's voice come out of your mouth when you talk to your kid. The 5 steps that get you there are concrete, and they work whether your father's part of that repair or not. So let's talk about why your father's not like anyone else in your life. A mother nurtures your emotional side, but a father makes you feel safe in the world. What does it look like when you have an issue with your father? Well, you might wake up every morning wondering what's on fire today. You try to solve every problem alone inside your own head. It does not occur to you to ask another person for help when you need it most. Asking even for information feels shameful, not just asking for help. If your partner keeps saying, "Why did you not let me help you?" If you boil with resentment when you think of your dad and then snort or sigh to dismiss him and then reorient yourself back to the present again and again, or if you never think about him at all, which is its own answer. Most people will call this anxiety, but it's not just anxiety. Your mother sets your oxytocin template. Am I lovable? Your father sets the vasopressin template. Am I alone in my pain and fear? Without him, you can be loved and still terrified of existential destruction around every corner. Now, this shows up differently in men and women. Men feel like they're perpetually failing in every relationship they have. Like someone somewhere is always about to criticize them the way their father did, or even didn't bother doing. They also feel like they're one step away from failing their family so badly that the family could be destroyed. That's existential level threats. Women, on the other hand, perform endlessly, usually for men, in exchange for the safety that she can't even articulate she needs. She's chasing a phantom feeling that she's never been able to name, of feeling safe for the first time in her life. Now, tell me if this sounds familiar. Do you struggle to believe that anyone will ever have your back during stressful times? Do you believe your family will leave you if you're not useful enough? Do you hear criticism in every piece of feedback that other people give you? Do you struggle to relate empathetically to people where you hold a leadership position in romance, in parenting, even at work? Do you default to solo problem solving and neglect to even think about how you could collaborate with others to solve your issues? And finally, do you act as though you have to create new solutions from scratch every time you're in any challenge? If so, your father was supposed to guide you into leadership, problem solving, and vasopressin bonding. Vasopressin is that hormone released when we solve challenges with other people, and it feels incredible and incentivizes us to do it again. And he didn't train you for that. Now, because your father failed to provide this guidance and teaching, your system was never initiated into collaborative problem solving. Now you try to do everything alone. Your system understands that eventually you will run out of solutions or energy or focus or time or resources. So now there's a clock ticking, counting down to catastrophic failure. Only you can't see that clock. You can only hear it ticking, usually at 2 a.m. when you wake up and you wonder what's on fire that you don't know about yet. This is why it's exceptionally hard to forgive your father, because this existential dread comes from his failure to train you into how real safety is actually built. But carrying not only that anger, but also hatred and resentment is poisonous to you. Forgiving him is not about holding him blameless. It's about releasing yourself of the burden of being angry at him so that you can reallocate that energy to better protecting the people in your life and building lasting security for yourself. Now, when we talk about forgiveness, most people don't even really understand what that would even mean. Forgiveness is not feeling warm and affectionate towards someone who has hurt you. If that's what you've been waiting to feel, you're going to wait the rest of your life. You may never have that sensation toward the man who failed to fulfill his duty to you. Forgiveness is choosing to stop wanting him to suffer, to release the desire for justice or revenge or validation. It doesn't have to mean letting him back into your life or pretending that nothing happened. In fact, that might be a bad idea. It just means not carrying the anger anymore as you move on. It sounds more like being able to say this over the phone to your father. I wish you well. I wish you the kind of well that requires you to face what you did. I hope you stop hurting people. I will set boundaries that protect me and my family, and I will no longer carry the weight of wanting to see you suffer. Go in peace. Now, this matters because the resentment is doing damage to you, not really to him. It's impacting your life. Every time you remember him, you flood with cortisol and your system inflamed. It hurts your immune system. It hurts your functioning. It diminishes your capacity for the life that's in front of you. You are neurologically back in those moments he hurt you over and over and over. Your kids, you might be playing with them and have a moment of this, and they see that moment and they don't understand why you suddenly got angry and distant in the middle of a game. This is wasted time and energy, better spent on the life you want to be building now. Forgiving your father means you start looking forward at solutions instead of endlessly back at problems. And this is not optional. You cannot become securely attached while you're still carrying him into every relationship you have. Now, before I get to the 5 steps that repair this father wound, I want to tell you about the place I built for people who are doing work like this. The Secure Circle is a free community I've been building for the last few years. It's my mission to take what's working in attachment, the neuroscience, the behavioral research, what I'm seeing in my coaching practice every day, and get it out into the world. Because the men and women carrying father wounds do not have time to wait for this work to trickle down from academia over the next 30 years. Inside my free community, you get monthly masterclasses with me on attachment, exclusive content from me and my coaches, live streams and Q&As, and a growing resource library so you can find what you need when you need it. The link for that free group is in the description, and it's, again, 100% free to join. If you want to go deeper, the Secure Circle Plus is the same link. It has my top best courses, weekly masterclasses, and direct access to me and my coaching team. And if you already know the father wound is showing up in your marriage and your parenting and how you handle stress, my team and I are taking applications for coaching one-on-one. The link is in the description as well. Now, let me show you which path you're on right now. Some fathers are open to reconnection and might be a good idea, and others are not. First, let's go through signs he might be the right person to reconnect with. You might be safe doing so. If he has acknowledged any mistake to anyone in his life and he's able to own up to that. If he keeps showing up, even if he says very little, but he's there. If he does not get defensive when asked, especially about his own father, he has some kind of reflection. In essence, if your father's showing up, giving you time, giving you attention, he might freeze, he might get worried. If he feels attacked, he might back off, but he's not aggressive, he's not nasty about it, and he's able to reflect a bit, but he keeps showing up. That might be a good sign. Signs he's not open? Look for these. Number 1, he might have a personality disorder without getting treatment, or he's malicious in his behaviors and has all the signs of that. If he has no concept of emotional safety and refuses to learn what it even means as he strips it away from other people. If he treats every overture for a better relationship as a personal attack on him. If the pattern continues, no matter how many times you've tried. And finally, if he treats other people with contempt. In this case, walking away would not be abandonment. It's recognizing you cannot be the only adult in the room, and especially if you have children that you need to protect. Now, if you've seen yourself in this video and you have this challenge, here are 5 steps that can take place to repair this wound, and they have to happen in this order. Step 1, identifying that the issues in your life are even connected to your father at all. This usually will increase your resentment at first. That's normal. That's part of the process. You're not blocking out the truth anymore, but you cannot resolve what you've not yet named. Step 2 is to understand your father just a little bit better. What you need to resolve in your head is, did he hate me, or was he as afraid as I am right now? What was his own father like? Most fathers carry a story that they never told. The dad lore is very real. What was he thinking when he did those things? Context can help. It doesn't excuse, but it can help you understand and find peace. The reason for that is step 3, changing the belief that you carry about yourself. That might be the lie. Instead, you might understand he was cycling obsessively on dopamine and cortisol with no awareness of human intimacy, closeness, or worth at all, and was endlessly running every single day just trying to survive and figure out what to do next. He did not grade you appropriately because he could not. He may not even have meant to grade you. Step 4 then is recalibrating your actual worth around your goals and your values. Am I trending toward my goals or away from them? Am I following through on my values and my ethics and my honor, or am I breaking it? Not what does dad think of me today and what did he say 20 years ago? Me, my measurable benchmarks. What am I doing now? And step 5 is a harsh truth. You will need approval from other men that you respect. This is okay. This is not bad. You need to earn respect from men you respect. You need the respect from the right people. Maybe not even love, respect. Mentors that fulfill their goals and their ethics. The idea that you shouldn't care about anyone's approval is a lie. You need to get the approval of the correct people that you honor. That's the people you need. Now, most people stop at just doing only step 4, trying to say, who am I? What are my values? But that doesn't work without 1, 2, and 3 first, and you have to go into step 5, all of them together. Start at step 1. Now, let's talk about what can happen on the other side of this if you do reconcile with your father. Your brain will register, finally, as you do this work with him, that someone is on your side for the first time. Your sympathetic nervous system can stand down. Even if your father's 85 and you're 55, he can still be the man who has your back. Your cortisol can drop daily. Your vasopressin can finally build as you solve problems with him or with mentors and people you trust. That activates your parasympathetic rest and digest nervous system instead. That's where serotonin releases. You feel content and fulfilled. Your goals and achievements finally mean something to you. Your sleep improves. Hypervigilance drops. Your immune system function levels up. Quite often, testosterone levels go up too from not having chronic cortisol and stress. Your body stops bracing for the next blow. Your brain knows you will never be alone in a challenge again. Now, for the women out there who are watching this, as you do this work, you will stop performing for the man in front of you in exchange for safety, because he was never probably going to give that to you anyway. If you have to earn it from him, he's not the man you need. As you go through this work, you will feel safe in yourself, and cortisol will drop daily. Oxytocin with the right people can build when you're still and calm, not when you're earning. You can stop scanning the man you love for the next sign that you're about to lose him for not doing enough. Your sleep can also improve. Your chest tightness can ease. Your brain knows safety is something you can receive and rest in, not that you have to earn and perform for every day. Now, when repair is not possible, because not every father's open or available or right for reconnection. Some have major challenges. Some might even be dead. Safety was never taken from you because you were unworthy. Be aware of that. It was taken because he did not know how to provide it, or that you needed it because he probably didn't get it. He probably didn't even know it was something that existed. Even a malicious father has no concept of emotional safety, because guess what shaped him? None of his behaviors came from anything about you. His behavior has nothing to do with you. If you are a man, you can provide the safety you never got. You can draw a bigger circle around the people you protect, around your wife and your children, perhaps, around your employees and the students and people you mentor, around anyone whose well-being and safety depends on you. And if you're a woman watching this, you can phase out any of the men in your life who take safety away from you instead of providing it. You will know what existential safety looks like now. You know what its absence looks like. You can tell the difference. Even within 6 weeks of dating, you know the difference. The repair process does not require him to be present. It requires you to be willing. Now, if you're a father who's watching this right now, Here's something no one probably has told you yet. Providing existential safety is your innate role as a masculine man. Not rescuing other people. That's a mothering role. But when they cannot make up the difference, you make up the difference. When they cannot make it happen and come through and something bad's about to happen, you step into the gap. That is your purpose. That is your greatest purpose. That is the biological calling that was built into you. That is what your father did not do, and it's why you're watching this video right now. And it's what you can choose to do for other people starting today. Now, I am a father myself. I obviously have a vested interest in looking kindly on fathers who get it wrong sometimes, but there are also times when a father gets it so wrong for so many years that his children must look at whether or not he's even welcome in their life. Many of you watching this right now are suffering today because of choices your father made years ago without even realizing he was making a choice at that point. And letting go of the blame for that hurt might feel like a monumental task. It's not about pretending that you don't care. And it's not about having warm feelings toward that man who hurt you. It's about getting yourself off the hook so you can live without the exhaustion and the misery of carrying anger that has no place in the life that you are building. So here's where you go from here if you're ready to let go of that anger and also learn all the skills your father should have taught you. The Secure Circle is my free community. I invite you in. We do monthly masterclasses, Q&As, live streams with my certified coaches, weekly deep dive lectures, an attachment research library updated regularly, and an ad-free library of my best content. Plus, a global community of pattern breakers doing this work alongside you. The link is in the description, and that community is 100% free. The Secure Circle Plus is the next stop after that. You can use the same link. Many of my best courses, including the Attachment Bootcamp, How to Love an Avoidant Man, How to Build a Secure Marriage, Secure Parenting Fundamentals, and Decoding Attachment Styles are present inside there as part of your membership. There are weekly masterclasses, weekly practicums where my coaches demonstrate those skills, weekly attachment exercises and challenges, and direct access to me and my coaching team. Everything in the free tier is included as well. And if you're ready to work with me and my team one-on-one, the coaching application is also in the description. My team will reach out and figure out with you whether it makes sense. Like this video if it changed how you see your father or yourself. Drop a comment with which section resonated with you the most. Subscribe as well so you do not miss what comes next. Share this video with one person who needs to hear it. And if this video resonated with you, the next video you need to watch is the real reason forgiving your mother feels impossible and how to do it. I will link it right here.